The heat of the day is slowly encroaching already, and even though I drove so far north, it's still going to be hot and humid. But right now, in order to light a fire under my butt, I think I need to make some coffee. Hey y'all, my name is Sara. Welcome to my channel and van. So I have been on an endless pursuit towards personal autonomy, mental clarity, and self-healing for quite some time now, and I'm currently learning the power of story and how important it is for sharing. Finding the narrative within our own journey asks for a bit of self-reflection, and one of the tools that I choose to use within this practice is the language of the stars, or astrology. After all, the way I see it, astrology is just our own individual mythology. Think of the hero's journey. It's just a way for us to connect deeper to who we really are. I'll preface by saying that I'm not fluent in this language, but I do enjoy being a student of the stars. So while I reflect on some of my travels, I'll also explore the transit chart that was happening just a little deeper. And maybe it'll allow you to take a peek within your own story as well, no matter what tools you choose to use. I've been taking my sweet, sweet time driving through the back roads of this wild and wonderful West Virginian state. And so this migration north for the summer is not necessarily on track. Then again, I don't have a specific timeline right now, and I've been following the compass more so than the clock these days. It all seems poetic, but I know I've worked hard to get to this chapter of life. The challenge now is just to be with it. And I think this is what the current Venus square my natal Mars transit means. Venus is the planet of love and beauty and resembles our values, while Mars is the ruler of war and resembles our drive and ambitions. It's my natural tendency at times to become restless and impulsive with my 11th house Mars in Gemini, an air sign. I enjoy exploring my curiosities, whether it be for new horizons or exploring different skills or ideas. If given free range, I'd passionately chase after my dreams with what I envision as hopping from cloud to cloud. As Venus migrates into the Earth sign of Virgo and passes through my second house of foundations, it squares my natal Mars. Squares are a hard aspect, but bring a creative challenge. I'm reminded that from my choices and plans of the past, I've been able to make it to where I am today. And it feels as if I have this opportunity now to bring myself back down to ground level as I chase my dreams today. To appreciate this wonderful windshield time in here and now, while valuing the energy it takes and continually will to make my aspirations a reality. I've been in West Virginia for one whole week now. The mountains here, the people, I love it so much. There's so much to explore, and a week doesn't do it justice. I foresee myself coming back and exploring more, but I am gonna just be here one more day before I head to Virginia and then see some family and then continue my trajectory on the northern migration. So I've been kind of in a little funk the past couple of days, and leading up to the full moon happening in Aquarius, which is passing through my 7th house of relationships. And Aquarius also is the rising sign of my partner, and full moons indicate endings. So to say the least, emotions are very present right now, and yeah, but I am taking the necessary steps to deal with this over-emotional time. I'm going to the gym religiously, trying to move my physical body. I am also signed up for a little full moon ceremony happening with a group of girls talking about emotional alchemy and empowerment, self-empowerment, which is very much needed right now. So I'm looking forward to that. Another thing I want to do is I'm at Walmart now. I'm going to get some fruits and other veggies just to nourish myself with, and then be on my way. I'm going to this welcome center to see if I can't find my West Virginia magnet. So I have some family in Virginia that I'm going to visit for a couple days. Although we may not have the same viewpoints or agree on all things, I am looking forward to it. Being on the road all this time, disconnected from all that is familiar, has allowed me to appreciate what times I do get to share with family, especially from an older generation who may not approve of my life choices. To them, I might just be that girl who has gone astray, choosing life out of a van over that which is more secure and stable, like the finding a husband and settling down kind of path. And honestly, this all might be falling under one of the longer term transits I've been going through, which is a Pluto opposition to my natal Chiron. Pluto is the god of the underworld, the planet of catharsis. It is opposing Chiron, and in astrology, Chiron is known as the wounded healer, exposing our deep wounds, how we address the pain, and how our own healing powers have the ability to help others. Oppositions tend to polarize these two energies and reflect it in outward scenarios. It is no lie my past has become uprooted, a lot of which started in the pandemic of 2020. I've really been pushed into making the choice to embark on this unknown journey, uprooting from the comforts of the norm, my partner, my job, and embrace a deeper truth within. Pluto is passing through Capricorn in my 6th house, transforming all things foundational and routine. I was born with Chiron in my Cancerian 12th house, the sign of family and nurturance, and the house of transcendence, addictions, spirituality, and mental health. It has been natural for me to feel like the odd one out, but hard for me to unidentify from my family expressively. I normally try to not make waves and remain somewhat in a smaller version of myself. But at the end of the day, this will not help break negative ancestral patterns, nor will it encourage my gifts or abilities. I'm in it for the long haul and committing myself to expect the unexpected. I believe by this reconnection with my family, now while I'm traveling, it's helping me to stand confident in who I am, bringing my home on wheels to them. It's a strong symbol of me claiming my individuality, and a gentle reminder of my happiness of living with less in order to experience more. So I just left my aunt's in Virginia. I am heading north. It has been heat wave after heat wave. And driving in the van's really hard because it gets, well, first of all, I don't have AC, so I don't know, it takes it out of you. Stopped so I could get some energy from some fruit. I've got my frutas all on the counter, and just trying to stay hydrated because I know that helps me keep going. But I did have to pull over. I do want to get a little bit of work done, and it is middle of the day, so I'm at a little coffee shop. I can enjoy some of their AC and work, get some things done. Oh, I could definitely live off of mangoes for an extended fast, especially these little guys. They're so good. It is very hot and humid, which seems to be the theme of this road trip and the reason why I'm continuing migrating north. But I'm going to try and stopping to take in the roses for a little bit. Driving in the van in these conditions is pretty rough and pretty gnarly. The East Coast summers can get really hot. So I did spend a longer than expected time in West Virginia, just stopping at nearly every scenic overlook and having a blast, really just exploring the country. And Virginia is equally as beautiful, but I really don't have the time to stay as long as I want to. I'm currently pretty close to DC, and the only reason why I'm coming close to a larger city is for one reason and one reason only. That is to get my favorite food right now, which I'm obsessed with, and that is Ethiopian food. It's really hard to find it in the countryside, so whenever I am close to a major hub where there is cultural food, I am going to 100% stop and get it. So that's my mission, and then I'm gonna hit the road, get some miles under my belt. I have a desire to get to Maine and to stay there while the conditions are right, and I can always explore more of Virginia when the weather is a little bit more forgiving. So I'm heading into the city, I'm gonna get some food, and then, yeah, I'm not sure. I might stay here tonight, it is getting late, and then head out in the morning or head out tonight. So we'll see. Yum! It was really good. Now a major storm is coming, and so I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna stay in the area for too long. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and drive north as much as possible.
Welcome to District of Columbia.
Time is flying by, and if I want to make it to Maine during the nicest and warmest months, then I should be there technically now. For these few days, Mercury is opposing my natal Saturn. Mercury is the planet of intellect and commute. Saturn is the planet of discipline and structure. While this opposition is occurring for the next few days, I'm thinking pragmatically about plans, and I'm trying to integrate a responsible course of action. So as much as I enjoyed taking the back roads and meandering off the beaten path, I'm now really needing to focus on getting some miles under the van and just drive. Even if it means quickly passing through a few states and driving at night when the temperatures are safest. Last night I drove out of Virginia, all through Maryland, and now I'm in Pennsylvania. I briefly stopped in DC. I've never been there before. It was dark and late, and so I didn't run into any crowds or traffic, which was nice. And I was able to see some of the buildings from a distance. It was different. I ended up camping at a hotel parking lot last night and then got up early to go to the gym, so I'm here now. But I'm searching for motivation. I do have to get back into the swing of things because the heat of the day is slowly encroaching already, and even though I drove so far north, it's still going to be hot and humid. So I need to make the decision on if I'm going to hit the road after the gym or go work in a coffee shop, get some AC, and then travel tonight. I know last night I basically did that and it was cool, comfortable, and another perk was that I wasn't stopping as often to explore. I know that's one of the reasons why this road trip has been taking a longer than expected time, just because I've been doing that. So yeah, I don't know. I think I might do the latter route just so it'll be comfortable while driving. I know not having AC in your vehicle really does affect your road trip, but it almost is a good thing because it lights a fire under your butt to get going on a migration that is based off a climate that is not artificial. So yeah, but right now I think I need to make some coffee to get into the gym. So I am back in the van after hanging out in the coffee shop. Today wasn't super exciting just because I've been seeking shelter from heat essentially. I'm making an experimental salad dressing, so we'll see how that goes. I was thinking about it, and last summer I actually had a tire blowout because of the heat wave that was happening in South Carolina, along with a handful of other people that I saw on the side of the road that same day. So I kind of have these flashbacks. I don't really like to drive when it gets really hot. Here's the dressing that I'm making. It's some walnuts, lemon, cucumbers, pepper, and I'm gonna mix it all up and then put it on a spinach salad. As far as what I'm doing now, hopefully get through the state of Pennsylvania and make it to New York. I want to go to some lakes where it looks like the temperature is going to drop a little bit tomorrow, so I'm not sure if I'm going to make it all the way, but I'm going to make a solid effort tonight, and then I'll see how far I make it. So it may not look the most appetizing, but it's actually pretty good. I put a little bit of maple syrup in the end, which I might have overdone it. I probably would take that out next time, or at least lessen it. I added a little bit of nutritional yeast, and it's actually very fulfilling. Nice little hydrating snack before the road. As I begin my embark into another overnight drive, I'm feeling a sense of energetic optimism. On the collective level, Jupiter in Aquarius is making an exact opposition to Mars in Leo. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, and it's sitting in an air sign. Mars is the planet of drive and ambition, and it's currently in a fire sign. Jupiter brings resources and opportunities, and its increase in winds are feeding the fiery Mars. This opposition might feel a little overwhelming. It's true, I'm feeling a bit ambitiously motivated to accomplish my goal. Honestly, I'm just ready to be there and living 2 steps ahead. But I'm trying to use this increase in energy to go as far as I can on the road with the van tonight.
Right onto North Susquehanna Trail.
Three more hours until I get to my destination. I did pull over at a gas station to kind of take a mini siesta, but I also got some coffee, so I'm ready to hit the road. I'm trying to get to New York and to an area that has some waterfalls, so hopefully that will be accomplished tonight, so I wake up and tomorrow my climate is not so sweltering hot. Even right now I'm feeling muggy and just sweaty, so the only thing I can do is go onwards. As I continue to drive through the large state of Pennsylvania, I'll end it here. As always, thank you all so much for reflecting with me, and I'll catch you on the next one.